How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video of Limbus Company. I'm DemoonicWolf, and today we are continuing our journey through Murder on the Warp Train. But before we get started, I just want to give a huge thank you to each and every one of you for supporting the channel. And here are some comments that you guys have put up, and I really do appreciate it. But on top of that, I keep getting the same comment over and over again, so I am going to re-solidify it in this episode right here, right now. And that is, why do I use the base identities? Well, the reason is quite simple, I will tell you, and that is, if they are in the game, you can beat the game. And this isn't because of any challenge or anything like that, even though I know it's some challenge. But the thing is I said this a long time ago in part 2, and I don't think it made it in because it was like a mutter. Like, if it's in the game, you can beat the game. So I'm re-elaborating on it with enthusiasm. But with that, guys, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy today's video. Let's get started. Wait, a blood fiend? What's a blood fiend? A blood fiend? What in the name of wings is that? Huh? You, of all people, haven't heard of blood fiends? Thought you were our team expert on obscure lore. Verily, I have not once heard mention of these blood fiends. Perchance I have let a magazine article slip from my memory? Don Quixote furrowed her brows, genuinely lost. It was as though the very word sounded alien to her. I thought they were just monsters in stories to scare children at night. They're supposed to be afraid of garlic and sunlight, right? Oh my boy, Sinclair, that is a vampire. Like Dracula and such. Oh, that sounds a bit different from what I've heard. I've heard their fear of garlic and sunlight is just a rumor, and what they're really afraid of is water. Okay. I have been briefed on the existence of blood fiends in the past, when I served as a commanding officer. And I have seen the dregs that they command. Though my memory isn't very clear, I am quite certain that these monsters here do not resemble what I've seen. I've seen one who called themselves a blood fiend among the ranks of the Fingers, but the things that Blood Fiend commanded weren't like these rubber-textured ones. There's something off about this one. That one didn't spawn these dregs with abandon like this. But aren't you supposed to know this already? Yes, I see that some sinners have encountered blood fiends in the past. A long-winded explanation seems unnecessary. As many of you have stated thus far, the entities we faced in this train do not appear to be blood fiends. In a sense, they are dreg-like beings that have failed to become kindreds. They are referred to as bloodbags among relevant parties, according to the information I'm aware of. Not a terrible name. Why would anyone name someone bloodbags? As it has been said prior, it is impossible for passengers to disappear aboard warp trains under normal circumstances. Though our reserve of intelligence regarding warp trains or W Corp is vast, if incomplete, we could not find a possible exception to the above rule. Within that reserve of intelligence, however, I have discovered that inserting a previously unseen variable into the equation allows for the formulation of a new hypothesis. Wait, are you saying these blood fiends can completely erase people or passengers from existence? A more accurate descriptor would be to say that they were either dissolved or vaporized. Dissolved? No matter the degree of violence the passengers may indulge in, no matter how severe their wounds may be, the warp trains can revert them to their initial states at the beginning of the journey. Among several interpretations of the word violence involves cannibalism, of course. Ugh. However, as the passengers' collective time itself is in moratorium for the duration of the train's operation, digestion is not a biological process that should be active. In other words, even the devoured passengers could be reconstructed. If they were merely stuffed into the digestive tract, then I suppose that they could gut the passengers to retrieve the chewed up chunks of the other passengers and piece them back together via the vein-like things connecting each individual. However, such is not true for blood bags. Blood bags are, by their nature, obsessed with blood. Their existence hinges on supplying themselves with the blood of their victims. And it is said that they must consume a minuscule amount of blood to maintain their forms. Wait, what? Didn't you just say that digestion's not a thing while we're on the train? If we were to continue my deductions, perhaps consumption of blood for blood fiends and blood bags is a fundamentally different process from our consumption of nutrients for energy. To them, blood is a culmination, an entailment of something that forms the self, including but not limited to emotions, ambitions, wealth, purposes of existence. Then it must naturally follow that they can spend their blood at will, which is a process isolated from their other biological processes such as digestion. I ain't following even half of that. Your existence in moratoria of time at the present moment, Heathcliff, yet your emotions still persist, do they not? Anger, sorrow, and joy. They continue to spark within you. Well, I suppose they are. Though we cannot tell whether they may be in a state of alteration or whether they remain ensnared in the wheel of creation and destruction, it can be said that emotions, once past, exist not in continuation. The passengers' will to live, the worth of this very existence in which they thrive, do they not all gently atrophy into non-existence even amidst the ceased time? Miss Foss seeks to illustrate the similarity between how emotions are to ourselves and how blood is to blood fiends. Gotcha. So that's why she said their blood is vaporized, huh? If that's the case, then the very blood that's supposed to bind these chunks of flesh together will also evaporate, which means that they can't be pieced back together. There is no incongruence in that logic. Everyone fell silent for a moment. That was way too much information to process at once. We didn't even know what to make of them either. I would like to ask a few questions, if you would permit me. Yi Sang was the first to break the silence. Could it be said that blood bags are direct creations of blood fiends? If such is the case, then by which method do they? That information is inaccessible at the moment. Faust replies, avoiding Yi Sang's gaze. There isn't anything I can do about this. The sinners will only get more stressed if they find out what's going on with Faust. And that's something we both want to avoid. Inaccessible. Ah, indeed. Now I recall what you have said in the past. This is only a speculation, however. I assume that a form of direct physical contact is needed to turn an individual into a blood bag. If such were not the case, then we, who are likely the greatest obstacles to this entity's goal at the moment, would have been the first ones to be turned. Hold on a second. That little girl, right? She grabbed Dawn. Is the little girl the blood fiend? Is this gonna turn into some mega bullshit? Oh God. Indeed. In that case, That villain of a blood fiend must be hiding out somewhere aboard this train.
Indeed, if we are to believe the words of the Fixer from earlier, then there is a high likelihood that the Horde is advancing in this direction from the back of the train.
In other words, continuing down the train cars will lead us straight to the blood fiend. Oh, okay. Never mind. Very well! I shan't forsake this opportunity to bring peace to the souls of the innocent passengers who have perished by the villain's hands! I don't know what it is with my voice right now, but it seems a little out of whack. I don't know. Dante? It seemed that Don Quixote was now invigorated. The other sinners also seemed satisfied now that we had a clear sight of our goal. Faust, who stood amidst them, nodded in my direction. Well then, let's go. We're making the best of what's available to us at the moment. Let's move forward for now. Let's go kill us a blood fiend. Hello. That's new. That is a W Corp employee. Feral bloodbag cleanup agent. Maximum HP is 181. Stagger thresholds are at 108 and 18. Resistances are normal for slash, endured for stab, weak for crush. Sin affinities are normal for wrath, endured for lust, normal for sloth, normal for gluttony, normal for gloom, normal for pride, and weak for envy. Now, moving over to the skills, we have Thrust. On use, gain +2 charge count. On hit, gain +2 charge count. On hit, inflict +2 bleed count. Cleave. On use, gain +5 charge count. On hit, gain +2 charge count. On hit, inflict +2 bleed count, ×2. Hard blood weapon. On use, consume all charge on self and consume 2 15- charge count consumed % HP to gain coin power +2. On hit, inflict 6 bleed. On hit, inflict 2 fragile. On hit, absorb up to 10 bleed potency from the target and heal bleed potency absorbed ×2% HP. This effect does not lower the target's bleed potency under 1. Evade. On use, base power +1 for every 3 bleed count on self, max of 2. Moving over to the passives, we have Blood Coagulation. Gain +1 bleed count every time this unit is hit. Turn end. Consume 3 bleed count on self and gain 1 coagulated blood. I'm not gonna go over that. We went over that last video. Thirst for blood. Prioritizes targets with bleed. Turn end. If this unit failed to deal any damage this turn, gain 2 fragile and 2 offense level up next turn. Rough blood sucking. Take 20% less damage from bleed rounded down. On hit, if the target has bleed, heal 15% of damage down. Power leakage. When hit, if the attacker used a skill that gains charge, the attacker steals 1 charge count from this unit. Once per skill. Does not activate if this unit does not have charge. Tenacious. Self-inflicted damage due to this unit's skills does not reduce this unit's HP under 1. Okay. And with that, that concludes all the information on our enemies. For now, there may be more, because I'm guessing, 0 out of 10. So we might see some new guys, but let's end their miserable lives.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Let's see. Come on, Don. Fuck them up. I swear to God, though, if it is that fucking little girl, I am gonna be angry because she touched Don. That will be all hell of messed up. Like really, really fucking messed up, and I'm gonna be pissed. And then I'm gonna have to put a little girl 6 feet under. Which, that sounds pretty bad. Well, oh well. We're gonna kill him either way. It doesn't matter.
I figured Otis was attacking that one,
목적이 있었지.
but no.
Get staggered, bitch!
And these other guys, we're just gonna kill them. Because this is not fair to you guys, because we're getting more than one dice. Oh, you're new. Merciless bloodbag cleanup agent. Maximum HP is 212. Stagger thresholds are at 127 and 21. Resistances and sin affinities are the same for the last bloodbag cleanup agent. Now, moving over to the skills, we're just gonna go over them real quick. They're most likely going to be the same, but with just slightly different things. So, it seems like the only difference is they don't do bleed count. Instead, it's just bleed. Well, I guess they have guard, so let me read. Well, that's the same as evade, so it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is they're about to fucking die!
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Kill them all! Ooh, that's good damage, Otis. I simp for the simp! My boy! No! My boy! Fuck him up,
아름답진
Roshu!
않네. 명대로 하겠습니다.
Let's get him! Oh, this is gonna be a good
모든
one!
결과들은
Because they're fatal to it!
기다려. 아직 안 끝났어.
You think you can take on my boy? You're dead ass wrong! Here goes Heathcliff. Out of the park! Don, give him the stabby stab.
명대로 하겠습니다.
Yes, the stabby stabs! Yes! All the stabs! And Otis going in with the stabs as well. She's like, I don't want to be left out of this. And here goes Vost with a good old slam. She's gonna kill one and stagger the other.
파우스트가 알아.
Nice. Oh, actually, he didn't get staggered. Wait, he passed his stagger threshold. What the hell?
아직
Oh.
안 끝났어.
Roshu's got it.
아름답진 않네.
Oh, you're done. My boy just done you in.
출진이다.
Nice. Oh, he evaded that. Oh, damn. Otis, you're good. Oh, yeah, you're staggered.
해낸 거 맞죠?
Possibly dead. My boy is strong.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
Nice.
지금이 기회입니다.
Oh, it's over. It don't matter. No matter if you live or not, you're dead. You're dead. Hit damage. We're done. Get out of here. Kill him, my boy. Hell yeah. My boy killed them all. They got him good. Oh, more cleanup agents. The pitiful bastards. Come on, Heath. Hell yes. Ah, good damage. We love it. Otis going in big with the big roll. I was gonna say coin flip, but it's like a coin flip roll thingy. I don't know. It's something. I don't know what to call it.
하겠습니다.
Rojo! Yeah! Yes!
기다려.
Hell
아직 안
yeah!
끝났어.
Oh, the Dawn getting in there! Almost staggered. Hell yeah. The simp! The simp for the simp! He's always doing good.
해보겠습니다.
Get him, my boy! Almost staggered. Damn, so close. Now he's staggered. Oh, we hitting 3 of them?
모든 결과들은
And they're staggered?
파우스트가 알아요.
This is gonna hurt. Hell yeah, it is. Ooh. Taking them down like flies. Let's get it.
지금이
We
기회입니다.
have some normals, so we may lose some. Yep, like that. Holy shit. Roshu's hurt. But your ass don't get staggered.
뭐냐? 입니다.
They do hurt themselves though, which is pretty nice. Hey, don't hit my boy. Leave my boy alone back there. Oh, Don's got that. God damn.
행동을 개시합니다.
Oh, yes, yes. Fuck that shield.
순조로운 전략.
Staggered, baby. Uh-oh. Oh, so close. She almost had it. Damn, these guys really hurt themselves. Don't you stagger my boy. Good. You got that, Heath? Hell yeah. Another stagger. Yes.
모든 결과들은
And
파우스트가
Faust bringing it down. Hell yeah. Another one dead. We just gotta get this out. Fuck him up. Oh, he did. Oh yeah, he gone.
좋은 전략입니다.
God damn.
쉽네.
And done. Hell yeah. Manager Esquire, halt! Behold this poor fellow. He lives still. Don Quixote, her round eyes wide open, began sprinting somewhere. No, stay away from me, you monsters! Hey man, we're not those monsters. You all right? Huh? That arm, you're starting to mutate too, aren't you? You're gonna be turning into some bug-like monster. Ah! What? No, this is... Regger stumbled for words before chuckling and casting his gaze toward the floor in disbelief. Hey, don't beat yourself over it, man. That's not your fault. Yeah, well, no surprise there, I guess. I suppose there's no way to tell right away whether this arm's a monster, a prosthetic, or whatnot. Is it possible that you are mistaken due to his bioprosthetic being of an older, outdated make that is now rarely seen in the city? Ah, a prosthetic. That's a relief. I thought those crazy bastards were trying to break in again. As you can see, my legs are all messed up. I had no choice but to hide in here. So what are the W Corp employees doing aboard this train? Huh, you're right. From what we found out about the warp trains through the identities, I can't imagine why any of them would ever willingly board this train. You're the contracted fixers, right? We were ordered to assist you with your contract. I said we, but I'm the only one left. Every single one of my colleagues suddenly began losing their minds in that car over there, and this cannot be. Faust, is there truly no way to cure the blood bags?
My apologies. The access to that information is prohibited at this moment as well.
Though her voice and expression were both as sincere as always, there was something gloomy about the way she said it.
I may have been too reliant on Faust in too many places.
Faust muttered in a barely audible volume. I don't know what I can do to help the sinners in a situation like this either. I'd also grown too used to Faust's omniscience because I could always trust it to be there for me. I was starting to realize that I don't have the means to dig myself out of a hole like this. No, maybe I was too reliant on the sinners as a whole. When the time comes for them to depend on me, when they can no longer stand on their own, can I really manage them? Lead them to the right answers? Doubt, colored with fear, begins to rise like an ominous plume of smoke. Well, what can I do, right? Ugh. The agent struggled to some corner of the room with his wounded leg and pulled on a lever. They made good use of this space. And the wall behind what had initially appeared to be a folding chair for employees spun open. Oh, what in the name of wings is this? Perchance thou hast hidden here a weapon most powerful, a weapon most feared by the blood fiends? That holds some resemblance to a capsule we saw in the first-class car. But why would that thing be here? The cleanup agent slumped into the pod that appeared in the wall. Finally. What is it that thou seekest to do? W Corp prepared a small hibernation pod for employees in case of these emergencies. Verily, then, huh? Good luck with the rest of the mission. With that, he settled into the capsule and shut the hatch behind him. When the door covering the pod closed, only the folding chair and a wall covered with viscera remained. He's gone.
There he goes. He has departed the scene.
We blankly stared at the wall the agent disappeared into. Well then, I guess we gotta... Let's move on to the next car. Keep on keeping on. All right, well that's kind of shitty for them. They came here to help us and they got
예상보다는
fucked.
조금 우수해졌군요.
So my main question is, for W Corp, why the fuck did you put them in the economy cars? Why not first class with the sinners? Fucking dumbasses! Goddamn! Oh God! I didn't even notice that. Ooh. Oh, Jesus! The W Corp staff! Poor fellas. They got decimated. Holy shit. Oh, hello there!
동을 개시합니다.
We beat these guys up and then we move on to the next ones. Obviously, not the most important enemies, but they are our enemies nonetheless.
헛!
Okay. Oh, come on, Heath! No! Heathcliff! God damn it. Oh, and Roshu just got messed up as well. Come on, Don! Philodon! Oh, no, she lost. We are losing. Oh, Otis! Otis doing work. Hey, simp! Another simp! As per usual.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
That is unopposed, so that's good.
아름답진 않네.
We're actually losing quite a bit of these fights, which is actually surprising.
제가 해낸 거
He's
맞죠?
staggered. That's staggered. We're getting all the staggers. Here we go.
모든 결과들은
Gaining some sanity. And Heathcliff. Nice. So a lot of them are staggered. All of them except these new guys. All right.
보여주지.
Come on, my boy. Fuck him up. That's my boy.
제가 해낸 거
God
맞죠?
damn. He always hits hard. And Heathcliff just knocking him out of the park as per usual. Okay. Ooh, a nice 23. This is good damage. Oh, yes, it is. 145.
쉽네.
I feel bad for every single one of these people because they didn't ask for this fight. They just got infected. And I'm still worried about Don.
순조로운 전략입니다.
Freaking grabbing Don Quixote. Little girl, I swear to God, if you are the enemy, I am not afraid to strike a child in this game. I will strike you with the hand of God!
출진이다!
But that's just me. Which actually, now that I think about it, how old was Cromer? Was Cromer like 16 or 17 or what? Was she 18 years old? Because like she was in the same grade as Sinclair, same classroom. So I think we did go up against a minor, and I don't think we killed him. I think that was what's his name? Oh, it's been a bit. Damien, yes, Damien. It was Damien who absolutely murdered her. But I think she was not that of an adult, if I'm correct. So I can already say we've struck a child, in a sense.
출진이다!
I think I'm gonna go with that. We've struck a child in this game. Cause fuck him. She was a crazy bitch anyways.
기다려.
She did want to kill my boy Sinclair, so I feel like we are justified.
승리했어!
Oh, it's just these guys once again. How many do we have to kill? 11 again? All right, let's get through this. Oh, okay. All right, so there seems to be a new person here. Let's go ahead and check them out. Bloodbag Prosthetic Fixer. Maximum HP is 217. Stagger thresholds are at 130. Resistances are endured for slash, normal for stab, and weak for crush. Sin affinities are normal for wrath, endured for lust, normal for sloth, normal for gluttony, normal for gloom, normal for pride, and weak for envy. Now moving over to the skills we have. Activate Prosthesis. On use, at 10 plus charge count, consume 5 charge count to gain 3 offense level up. On hit, inflict 3 bleed. Harpoon Mark. Combat start at 5 minus charge count. Gain 5 charge count, 3 bleed count, and 1 fragile. On use, at 10 plus charge count, consume 5 charge count to gain 3 offense level up. On hit, inflict 4 bleed. On hit, inflict 2 bleed. On hit, inflict 2 bind next turn. Hard Blood Harpoon. On use, consume 10% HP on self to gain plus 10 charge count. On hit, inflict plus 3 bleed count. On hit, inflict 6 bleed. On hit, inflict +2 bleed count. On hit, inflict 2 paralyze. Counter. On use, base power +1 for every 3 bleed count on self. Max of 2. Now moving over to the passives, we have blood coagulation, thirst for blood, power leakage, and tenacious, and oh, okay, that one actually might be new. Blood to brain. Take 30% less damage from bleed rounded down. On hit, if the target has bleed, heal 15% of damage dealt. Prosthesis module L37. Turn start at less than 5 charge count. Gain 1 attack power down. Turn start at 5+ charge count. Gain 2 clash power up. All right, that seems important. Now with that, that concludes all the information for now on the current enemies. We'll see if we get any more. Oh, that one's dead. You did. Nice. Nice. Big damage. Staggered. And dead. Oh, not yet. The one in the back's about to die. There we go. That's a good stagger right there as well. Okay, so it seems like that's the same type of character, but this is great because now Boss is gonna do that, and she's gonna deal so much damage. All right, Faust, hit him hard.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
Oh, and she's hitting both of those fixers. Nice. So that's kind of unfortunate for Sasha, though, because that means her guys are infected, and she's probably the only survivor from her fixer office. Damn. Which then that throws my thought process off, because I originally was like thinking it might be Sasha, but then, you know, with the touching thing, now I'm like, ah, it has to be the little girl, right? Maybe? Maybe? But we'll find out.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Wouldn't that be
순조로운 전략입니다.
like a pain in the ass, is like if that was what it is, but like obviously as Dante we can rewind that kind of shit, right? Maybe like if Dawn became a blood bag, that would rip my heart apart, but she can't become a blood bag because number one, we haven't finished her story, and number two, I don't think they would do that to us, right? That would break my heart, because then it like the whole thing is Forsooth. I love Dawn. She is an amazing character. They're all amazing, but oh, you're the only one left. That's unfortunate damage.
예술이 뭔지
Now you
보여주시죠.
die by Lady Otis, right? Yes, I knew it.
좋은 전략입니다.
The simp has killed you. All right, here we go once again. You sons of bitches, you're all dead. Do not worry, I will send you to an early grave because you are nothing but blood bags now. Wow. Oh my God, Heathcliff. A 21? But then you do all those low numbers? I appreciate you for winning the clash. Holy, what the fuck is going on? I will say, the one thing that's great about this fight is they damage themselves a lot.
개시합니다.
Otis is going in there. Oh, Sinclair, my boy! My boy! Okay, I am not going to... What? Wait, what was that all about? That person wanted to attack Heathcliff, but then they were like, no. Do
개시합니다.
not kill my boy! I swear to God! Kill my boy! I'm gonna murder all of you! Well, that's gonna happen anyways, but don't kill my boy. Otis with the dodges! Faust is, Faust did not dodge. She got her ass absolutely kicked. Come on, everyone, let's get this done! Foss is almost dead. That's not good. We are actually getting our asses handed to us at the moment, which isn't good. So I will say, it seems like they did switch from the actual waves and just straight up the number of enemies we gotta kill, right? Is that like something that they integrated due to player feedback? That is actually a good question.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지. 핫! 순조로운 전략입니다.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and fuck him up, Roshu! Oh, shit. Boss is dead. That's not good. Oh my god.
어떠냐?
Oh god. Also, is the whole substitution thing also like a new thing that they made sure to happen? Because, like, I don't remember ever having that option in the older fights, so I'm going to just say yes. That is a new thing that they wanted to give people, I would say, a better chance of not absolutely getting
먼저 간다.
their asses kicked, right? All right, Dawn, make them fear the dawn. I don't know why I like that. There's so many stupid phrases that I say in this that when I look back and when I edit these and all that, and I'm just like, that's such a dumb phrase, but God, do I love it. Like, obviously, it's like, don't make them, like, fill them with fear or whatever. It's fear the dawn, but, you know, that kind of shit. It's just, it's a great time for me just screaming and doing what I enjoy.
가보죠.
We got this. This is all done. So we got this fight in the bag. Oh shit, done! Done! Wait a minute.
아직 안
Where's
끝났어.
Sinclair? Where's my boy? Where's my boy? There's my boy. Okay. He's good. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, hell yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So they got staggered, and that was who they were going to clash with. I was about to say, why the hell did it tell me that he was struggling when he was just clashing with someone who was staggered? But we staggered them before he came up. So, yeah, that makes sense. My boy! No! Sinclair! My boy!
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
They killed my boy. How dare they kill my boy?
아름답진 않네.
I actually didn't know he was bleeding that bad. Come on, I simp for the simp! Yes! You can't beat the simp! Tastes too damn good! Honestly, and I may be wrong about this, but I do believe that Otis is probably the best offensive sinner when it comes to the whole group, because it seems like whenever she is on the field, she always wins her clashes more than the other sinners. But that's just me. That's my experience as using the base sinners. But I feel like if I was to rank them, I would have to put Otis in S tier when it comes to that.
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Oh, Raja! Raja! Raja, no! They're beating her ass. There goes Otis. Ooh, good damage, good damage. Ooh, yes.
좋은
I will
전략이네요.
say, I just thought about this. I did skip over Roshu, Roshu is a really good damage dealer, but like, if I was to compare every aspect of Roshu versus Otis, base identities obviously, Roshu's EGO is not that great. Like, I've seen really shitty damage out of it versus Otis's, even with a enemy that has inefficient against Pierce. Otis's ultimate still, or her EGO, God, does a lot of damage compared to Roshu's. Something caught my attention from the corner of my eye after another round of brutal combat. Huh? What's this now? Wait! T Corp! Why does T Corp have something here? Oh shit. We were on the final car adjacent to the freight car when we discovered an odd box with the T Corp logo on it. Yep. Ah! 'Tis the emblem of T Corp! It appears that the wall covering it was, in the fierceness of our battle, broken. Didn't that chief executive guy, Herbert, right? Didn't he offhandedly mention something about partnering with the other wings? I guess they were in cahoots with W Corp too. Such collaborations are not limited to T Corp. It is oft the case that a wing may work with another. It is only on rare occasions that they urgently request the assistance of less significant, lesser-known corporations such as our own Limbus Company. Their choice appears to be quite irregular. Sounds like W Corp's heydays are long behind them. Just like this wall that's falling apart, revealing what's behind. Oh, speaking of falling apart, this room sure got messed up, huh? It was difficult for me to ignore how Raja hurriedly swerved to a different subject as though she'd made a mistake. Even the tone of her voice shifted like she was catching herself. The various destroyed prosthetic parts covered in human remains indicates that this train car was boarded by several prosthetic-equipped fixers. I can't think about it right now. Let's deal with the task at hand first. Maybe these people are from the same office as that guy we met at the platform, remember? He said he was warped over to T Corp on an expedition. Look, it's almost like they're all wearing standardized sets of prosthetics. Same make, same model, everything. I do believe I have read articles stating that certain offices do exclusively hire fixers with prosthetics. Wait, We were walking through the bloodied train car when we suddenly heard Sinclair's voice crack, as though he saw something awful. That looks like him right there. Oh. Fi! He is the one we encountered at the platform! This is the fixer who suddenly started venting at us. Yeah, he said something about going to T Corp on an expedition and failing. They brought a whole train car full of fixers for this contract. I guess he wasn't exaggerating by calling it an expedition. Ouch. So wait, then this guy was working with Sasha. Like I said, Sasha's the only one who made it. Holy shit! There are over a dozen broken arms strewn about. They must have fought valiantly by replacing their broken arms with backup arms, perchance. Quite the strategy. Makes sense. That would explain all those broken prosthetic arms and legs in this car. Executive Manager, this is likely an aftermath of a battle between the fixers and the bloodbags. There were many similar cases during the war. Those using prosthetics would simply let their bodies be destroyed in battle because they considered them to be disposable as long as their wallets would permit. Of course, the blatant lack of self-preservation often led them to early graves. Maybe that's true.
I see. There are multiple possible interpretations depending on one's perspective, despite the fact that there is but a single scene. I will remember both of your inputs. That is a good attitude. Employees with attitude like yours often made it to the end of the war. Yes, well, good for them.
Faust answers Otis in an uncharacteristically snappy manner. Signs of fatigue were creeping into her pensive expression. You all right, Faust? It was rare to see any actual expression from her. I was starting to get worried.
I am physically unharmed, yet, yes, I am all right. However, I do not enjoy the circumstance which we find ourselves in. It is as though I am casting nets to nowhere while lost and isolated in a blind sea. I could usually complete these deductions within moments after establishing a few basic cross-references between the accessible information.
Her voice was such a whisper for the second part of her sentence that even I could barely hear what she was saying.
Ah, I know what you mean. Feeling like you're completely lost, obsessively casting net after net over the black, rippleless lake in desperate hopes that one of them might pull in something we could eat. No way to tell where we are, no way to tell if there's even anything to eat under that glassy water surface. Grasping at straws, you know?
The sense I find mired in is not unlike your own. It is like lying my back over an unseen grave, for the reflection of radiance upon my eyes and the sanguine scent hanging from the tip of my olfactory tells me naught of the forging path. It seemed that Ishmael and Yisang picked up on the first part of her sentence. However, they walked up to her and shared a few words of consolation. By the way, I don't ever recall you talking like that, Faust. I don't know what it is, but it feels like there's something different about you today, somehow.
That is...
Oh, I mean, I don't hate it. I'm actually glad to learn that you had a softer side. This unseen side of yours, it is unfamiliar, yet quite fresh.
Is that so?
Faust's reply was curt. She closed her eyes. As per the information provided by the pamphlet at the platform, it is likely that the train is composed of 12 passenger cars and 1 freight car. Because we are on the 11th car at the moment, that leaves a single car between us and the freight car in which Mephistopheles is secured. Which means that there is a high likelihood that we will soon encounter the blood fiend responsible for the creation of the blood bags aboard this train. Just beyond that door. Well, how impressive could it be if its fodders are this weak? We practically smashed through their entire horde, no problem. A different, more accurate interpretation would be to say that a being capable of commanding a force as large as the blood bags we have defeated should be considered a high-risk entity.
Although this is not common knowledge, there is a subcategory of fixers called blood fiend hunters who specialize in, yes, hunting blood fiends. Assuming that information is true, it can be inferred that blood fiends are difficult foes that require a certain expertise to defeat. Now that I'm thinking about it, if blood bags are like mindless thralls to blood fiends, then they're kind of like their private army, right? A being of power who can create a force of their own without concern for lowered morale or desertion. Wartime or not, they will always make for formidable foes. The sinners each exchange various opinions with one another, possible strategies, estimations of the blood fiend's strength. And all of a sudden, fire
on this indecisive idleness. Our quest is to defeat the villain who has brought such pain and misery upon this train. Is it not? It may be vaporizing the lifeblood of the innocent as we speak. Mighty or feeble, I care not. I swear upon mine honor that I shall smite this foe and let my hand of justice be the judge of their fate. Let us hasten now. Oh God, that gave me I'm lightheaded. Oh God. Don Quixote's sudden outburst immediately put a stop to the chatter. She's not wrong. Besides, we have to deal with the Blood Fiend to complete our contract. With that, I opened the door leading to the final car of this train. This room. What is with that look on thy faces? Thou standest in the audience of the prince. Where are thy obsequious smiles?
He must be the blood fiend who caused this outbreak. He is our target.
Fall to thy knees and grovel before royalty. Who the hell are you to make those demands? I shall impart this upon thee only once, so listen well. Thou mayest address me as Prince Cassetti, the sixth kindred, or a kindred of the sixth generation, the rightful prince and refuge from his family. Art thou the villain who hath brought such destruction and massacre upon this vessel? This is the best villain for Don Quixote! Thou art a chatty one, so rudely before your prince, yet I am feeling generous, for I am quite sated at the moment. As thou must have seen on thy journey here, this place is a hall, a banquet for a feast most majestic. No matter how many blood bags I create, no matter how much I devour them, the humans just won't stop coming. I only enjoy what was cast into my maw. He dons a mask for the purpose of merrymaking. If we are really going to exchange pleasantries, why don't you take that mask off? Or are you unfamiliar with the basic etiquette? Oh, this mask! Won't come off, can't take it off, shouldn't take it off. There's no prince without the mask. We're so ugly behind the mask. So we all decided, hide how repulsive we've become. But once I've drunk your blood full, then it'll all go back to how it used to be. Only then can I unmask myself. Who stitched that mask to your face? Not a half bad job. Of course, it's excellent! Ha ha! Because this mask was crafted by none other than the great and the eminent barber, whose name I dare not even speak. But it hurts so much. No, I'm smiling. Look how hard I'm smiling and laughing. Ha 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 ha! Yes, I am the prince. That's what I am. He's a bloody loony, innit? All right, done with the giggles then. Get ready for the beating of your life. I enjoy things like you and your friends. Don't cry, bawling and bowing and sniveling on the ground for your lives. Lunge at me instead, The aggression, the boiling blood. Oh, how I love the fire! What are you, daft? Look around. There are 13 of us and only one of you.
Do not let your guard down, Heathcliff. This entity has managed to turn countless passengers of this train into his blood bags.
I ain't letting my guard down, but we blasted through so many blood bags, we can't even keep count, didn't we? Couldn't even keep count? Oh, no, no. But the count is so important. I have to keep count of our visitors. Oh, yes, of course. I do remember to keep count of our dearest visitors. Yes, sir, I do. You have no idea how powerful I am, and I shall not relinquish my throne to thee from this budding kingdom. All I have to do is sit here and do nothing, and the blood bags present themselves before me. There's no paradise like this out there. You have no idea what I did to create this place. Oh, how elated my forebear kindreds would be, should they be here to witness what I have created. This cornucopia of abundance, this pleasure. Oh, this freedom. But this kingdom of mine, I made it. I'm not giving it away. Nope.
This is rather curious. It appears that this blood fiend leaves this car only on rare occasions. Yet, we have seen signs of his insidious influence throughout every car we have visited so far. Then what he meant by how the blood bags present themselves before him has to be...
Hold on a minute. Ah! A figure suddenly and frantically charged into this car. What is Sasha doing here? This isn't a good idea, Sasha. You need to get back to that goddamn car. It was Sasha, the fixer we ran into in one of the earlier cars. Cassetti shrinks into his throne at a sudden burst, terror apparent in his face. Uh-oh, this isn't good then. Ah, it is thee! By the, hast thou truly journeyed here to assist us in our quest? Lo! That villain is the blood fiend responsible for the tragedies that have transpired aboard this train. Help us slay that cur and eventually lead the passengers thou hast protected thus far out of this train.
Blood fiends. What if there was more than a single blood fiend on board? One still capable of rational thought.
Fuck, I was right! My thought about Sasha was right! Fuck!
Damn, you actually made it all the way back here? I guess the wings don't give out contracts to just anyone. I used to fight to my damnest too, till I was the last one standing.
What's she talking about? Fuck.
But where did that leave me? In the end, I stood alone with nothing but a single one of these 4 arms left. Kinda funny how the perspective on life can just completely flip when you're really, really in the shit. I think my last thoughts were, man, I don't want to die.
Ah, shit.
So I fell on my knees and pleaded and told him that, Don Quixote, watch out! I'd do anything to live.
Son of a bitch! Blood rapidly crystallized around Sasha like a suit of armor as she swung her greatsword at the sinners, striking them even before Faust finished her sentence. Ah! What? What did I say? I commanded you to give me a warning before jumping in like that! Don't you know how loud your stupid arms are? I thought the family had come for me!
I'm sorry, Lord Cassetti.
Son of a bitch, man. See, now I was thinking she was gonna jump in and die immediately, but no! She was on his side all along. God damn it. I actually was going to talk about her if we made it through this and compliment her design. I'm still gonna compliment it because it's a fantastic design. But god damn it, why does it always end up like this? And guess what this means? All those passengers are dead! Ah, allow me to introduce my kindred to thee, to be the first of my many since my escape, for the kingdom I intend to build. My kindred, my loyal squire, who shall be by my side as I build a dynasty of my own, my family.
Lord Cassetti, I had intended to select the most powerful of the bunch to send to this car, as you have commanded me, but the humans in my car were all weaklings, so I present before you this group from the first class car.
She's talking about us, right?
Kindred. Are you even aware of the exact nature of a kindred? Nah, but I can tell you this. When I accepted my lord's blood into my veins, it was as though I was reborn. I see. A blood fiend's kindred is like a sub-entity of a blood fiend, similar in concept to sub-entities created by distortions or abnormalities. It must have been desperation that drove you to accept that proposition without hesitation, despite the lack of relevant information. Maybe that's probably what was going through my head before I became a kindred. Thou hast been in cahoots with the villain all this time as his lackey? Even ere then, when we first laid our eyes upon thee? Lady, you have no idea how much I freaked out when one of you asked me about something about red eyes. Not that it would have mattered if you suspected me, though, since my red eye is just a prosthetic. No, I think Faust ran a probability that you might have been a blood fiend because she asked about it directly. And Faust is Faust, even though Faust is not connected to Faust. Then the passengers who were under thy protection? Haven't I told you that the count matters? The longer the line, the better. Dozens of blood bags began shambling into the room from behind Sasha. A smaller one among them stood out to me. No! Oh! So, this is gonna kill Dawn. No! Fuck! My mind immediately snapped to the child who grabbed Don Quixote's coattails. No. I knew that the passengers were dead the moment we realized Sasha was a blood fiend. But this, I really hoped that I wouldn't have to face this reality. Not like this. Don, it's not your fault. It's not your fault! There was a child. Yep. Little Runt wanted to be a fixer if she got to grow up. Good thing she won't, though. I can tell you on good authority that living as a bloodbag is way better than the drudgery that is the life of a fixer. Believe me, I know. Don Quixote's going to kill you. Hold thy vile tongue! Dreaming of becoming a famous, respected fixer and an actor of justice? It's all just a stupid pipe dream that always ends in crushing disappointment.
or a really, really early grave. Silence. Silence! Don Quixote did not give Sasha time to finish her sentence. She was already charging full speed at her with her lance drawn. And I don't fucking blame her! Let's end these sons of bitches! Alright, let's get this going! And good thing I have Dawn on our team. Because I'd have to restart if I didn't. Come on, my boy Sinclair! We gotta fuck these guys up. We gotta get to Sasha! Come on, Dawn! We gotta get this fucking done! I wanna read the statistics and I wanna kill her! I had my suspicions, and I thought they were wrong. Heathcliff, you're fine. You're a strong guy. Roshu's got this. Good damage. Sinclair, my boy! Oh no! My boy!
순조로운 전략입니다.
Staggered. That is beautiful. Ah, no, Dawn!
당연한 결과죠.
So that might have not been a good idea because that just brought in more people, but hey, we'll do it.
제가 해낸 거 맞죠?
Nice.
순조로운 전략.
That's good damage. Nice.
아?
How many more are we taking? Oh, it's waves this time. But wait, the waves should have a count, right? Because these guys keep coming.
예술이 뭔지
All right.
보여주지.
Come on, Sinclair, you got this. Nice. Nice. That's my boy. And then obviously I simp. Simp. Come on, Foster, you got this.
아?
Way too smart for these guys. And then the Dawn! Here comes the Dawn! Fear the Dawn!
루신한테 정의는 승리한다.
Not a lot of damage, but hey, there's a stagger. I take those. That's a free turn for us to kill someone else and keep that person weak.
시합니다.
My boy! Hell yeah! Getting back some of that health. Wait, what the hell happened to that one? Why aren't you dead? You're supposed to be dead. Wait a minute. Wait, why? Is there something new about them? Okay, so there's Sasha, but what's going on? What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, what? Okay, so she is dead? Or this person's dead? I don't know. But anyways, Sasha has entered the goddamn field. So sorry, Sasha, but we're going to go over your statistics and then we're going to kill you. Sasha, maximum HP is 505. Stagger thresholds are at 252. Moving over to resistances, they are all currently unknown. Now, moving over to the skills, because we'll figure out resistances later. Activate prosthesis on use at 10 plus charge count. Consume 3 charge count to gain coin power +1. On use at 15 plus charge count. Consume 3 additional charge count to deal +20% more damage. On use at 5 minus charge count. Lose 10% HP and gain +5 charge count. On hit, inflict 3 bleed. On hit, inflict 1 bind next turn. Hard blood reflux. On use at 10 plus charge count, consume 3 charge count to gain coin power +1. On use at 15 plus charge count, consume 3 additional charge count to deal plus 20% more damage. On use at -5 charge count, lose 10% HP and gain +5 charge count. On hit, inflict 4 bleed. On hit, inflict 2 paralyze. On hit, inflict 2 bleed. On hit, inflict +1 bleed count ×2. Bioenergy conversion charge. On use, consume 10% HP on self to gain +15 charge count. On hit, inflict 4 bleed. On hit, inflict +1 bleed count. On hit, inflict 6 bleed. On hit, inflict +2 bleed count. On hit, inflict 2 offense level down. Now, moving over to the passives. Panic recovery, we know what that does. Blood coagulation, we know what that does as well. Thirst for blood, power leakage, tenacious, prosthesis model L37, we've gone over that. Okay, now young kindred we haven't seen. Young kindred, take 30% less damage from bleed, rounded down. On hit, if the target has bleed, heal 25% of damage dealt. All right. Well, I'm just gonna say this right now. I am going to say that she's probably just like all the other blood bags. Well, she's a blood fiend, they're blood bags. I'm gonna say that her pierce is gonna be, inefficient, slash is endured, and then crush is gonna be weak. That's just my thought on that. But we will see. You're not gonna beat Otis. So that was normal, so I think that was right. Oh, shit. My boy! He lost his. Nice. Fuck you! Roshu! Yeah, you're not winning that one, Sasha. You don't win that one.
모든
Show
결과들은
'em what you got, boss. Knowledge. God, I love knowledge. She's too damn smart. Okay, so there's something new. Guard on use. Base power +1 for every 3 bleed count on self. Max of 2. Okay. What's her sanity? Oh, I didn't even look at this. Look at this panic type. Panic types. Bloodthirst. Low morale effects. Turn start. Gain 1 fragile and damage up. Panic effects. Turn start. Gain 2 fragile and damage up. Is that just 1? I would think that's just 1, right?
먼저
All right,
간다.
here we go. Come on down! Hell yeah! Kill him dead! And Heathcliff, I know you got this. Hell yeah, you do! Sasha, what you gonna do when all the blood bags are dead and away from you? Oh, that's a bad sign. Sasha! Oh, Sasha! Sasha! You're in trouble! You're in trouble, bitch!
모든 결과들은
Drop
하우스가
down all the fucking outcomes on her! Oh, Sasha! That's unfortunate! You are staggered!
예술이 뭔지
Prepare to die! It just sucks that a lot of them are doing like one-hitter quitters. Oh, that's damage! Oh, my boy about to whoop your ass! Nope, Faust is gonna do the finishing. You're out of here, Sasha! Ha-ha! Suck it! Ugh! Unbelievable! My first kindred to be created without their authorization. Is this bumbling fool? I pray for your forgiveness, my parent. Be gone from my sight. At least thou hast brought me blood bags for subsistence. Yet it must be the responsibility of a parent to clean up the mess of his child. What a load of shit. With that, Cassetti reached out toward the pile of blood bags on the ground and... Oh! I didn't expect that. Oh, what an abundance. I had nearly forgotten this sensation. An armor of hardened blood materialized over the blood fiend's body. His sheer aggression and hatred was palpable enough to make our skin crawl.
It appears that he has empowered himself by reaping their blood.
Though my power is yet to fully return, this magnificent armor is quite befitting of a parade for the prince who has become a king. Wouldn't thou agree? Yes, sir. Yes, you do. Of course you do. Challenge me now, O rebels. Challenge thy king. I love this, speaking of that. But, sir, hast thou not forgotten that you may be a king, but I have a knight of justice named Don Quixote? But before we invoke justice upon your face, I gotta read your statistics. Cassetti, maximum HP is 1,711. Stagger threshold is at 564. Resistances are currently unknown. And I forgot to do Sasha's because I absolutely whooped her ass. Now, moving over to the skills we have. Grovel before me. On use, if the target has 4+ bleed, clash power +1. On hit, inflict 4 bleed. Pathetic one. On use, if the target has 4+ bleed, clash power +1. On hit, inflict +2 bleed counts. Leave me alone. On evade, base power +1 for every bleed count on target, max of 4. Okay, that's it. Moving over to the passives. Stored blood. At turn end, depending on the stored blood value on self, at a value less than or equal to 5 stored blood, gain 1 bind, 1 fragile, and 1 offense level down. Next turn for every stored blood lost. At a value greater than 5 stored blood, gain 2 offense level up and 2 defense level up for every excess value. Hard Blood Glaive prioritizes targets with the highest sum of blood potency and count on hit. If the target has bleed, heal 2% HP. Well, I don't like that. Sanguivore Coagulation. When this unit has bleed, gain 1 offense level up and 1 defense level up for every 5 bleed, max of 10. Gain 1 clash power up for every 10 bleed, max of 5. Take 50% less damage from bleed, rounded down. I don't like that. We can't let him do that. And then Fix Panic, we know what that does. Panic Recovery, we know what that does. And then Sanity, which is Bloodthirst. I'm not going to go over this again because I went over it on Sasha. So that is going to complete all the statistics for now. We're gonna offset your evasion because fuck you. Yeah. So that's normal. Pierce is normal. So it might be a little bit different. Maybe this is... Oh, it's all normal. Gotcha. So that means everything is going to be normal, including just, oh, actually, no, he's weak to crush. Never mind. I was going to say everything is normal. So everything is normal except for crush / blunt, whatever you want to call it, which I think it is blunt given by Project Moon. My boy's at 16 HP. Save the boy. All right. Let's go over on this. Go away! On use, if the target has 4+ bleed, clash power +1. On use, deal +5% more damage for every bleed count on the target. Max of 20%. On hit, inflict 8 bleed and +2 bleed count. Alright, that's all for now though. Oh, fella, you're not looking so good because everything is dominating. Prepare to get fucked.
행동을 개시합니다.
You cannot stand before my sinners! We are absolutely going to shred this motherfucker. Nice. Hell yeah. Anything new? Oh, you got a new one. The Parade's Prince. Combat start. Gain attack weight equal to the number of targets with bleed. Max of 5. On use if the target has 4+ bleed. Base power +1. On use if the target has 3+ bleed. Coin power +1. Clash lose. Lose 1 stored blood. On hit, inflict +2 bleed count. ×2. On hit, inflict 4 bleed. ×2. And you know, I just figured out, forgot to go over stored blood. Stored blood, max value 10. Lose 1 value every time this unit loses 5% HP. On hit, heal 1% of this unit's HP. You know, that's actually very good to know about that. Because if that hits 10, he is healing 10% plus whatever other skills that give him, or passive abilities, I should say, that give him more percentage on his healing. So yeah, that's not good. Oh my god, we got so much lust! We got 3 lust! You're so fucked.
출진이다.
My team of sinners are very lustful at the moment, which I don't think that's good in the anime world. Let's not talk about that. Don't get too crazy, you 3. Yes! Fuck him up! That's my boy! That's my boy! Fuck him up! God damn, that was a lot of damage. Holy shit! What the fuck is that? Oh! Oh! I'm not a fan of that. What is this? I am the Prince of the Parade! Unclashable. On use, double the amount healed by Hard Blood Glaive. On use, reset SP to 0. After attack, gain 10 stored blood. Does not get staggered this turn. Ends turn after using this skill. On hit, inflict 2 bleed and +1 bleed count. ×4. That's a lot. That's 4 times. What the fuck? I don't know how hard that's going to hit. Probably hard. My boy Sinclair's about to die. We're going on the offensive, or defensive, not offensive, defensive. This is bad. Good luck, everyone.
행동을 개시합니다.
Damn. You killed my boy! You sons of bitch! So Heathcliff was the only one that got that because everyone else dodged. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. Evade is so fucking good. Why not just give everyone evade? Like shit. That's hopeless. Blood. Blood. Blood! On use, if the target has 8+ bleed, coin power +1. Clash lose. Lose 1 stored blood. On hit, inflict 5 bleed and +3 bleed count. On hit, if the target has 10+ bleed, the next coin deals +20% more damage. On hit, gain 1 stored blood. On hit, inflict 1 bind next turn. Well, that's not gonna hit. Ishmael's not gonna allow that. Well, I cannot stop that evade, so that's unfortunate, but we're dominating, baby, so who cares?
좋은 전략이네요. 가보죠.
Dude, he healed up all the way? Holy shit.
나만의 항해 방식.
God damn, dude, he went all the way back up. That makes me hate you even more, Cassetti.
여행은
So we are
목적이
going
있었지.
to end your miserable life. Nice. You killed my boy, so I'm gonna kill you. And then I'm gonna kill your children too. Yeah, that didn't help, did it? Holy shit, dude. That guy's way the fuck up there.
이야기네요. 가보죠.
There's my Otis! Hell yes. Come on, Ishmael! Get that sanity up there. And then the Dawn is pissed! Go fast! Yes! Hell yeah! Attack power down for that motherfucker. Now we can go over his resistances. Resistances are normal for slash, normal for stab, and weak for blunt. Sin affinities are normal for wrath, inefficient for lust, endured for sloth, normal for gluttony, weak for gloom, normal for pride, and weak for envy. Ooh, this is actually really good. We got Heathcliff, and we got Ishmael. Dear God.
전략이네요. 가보죠.
I want Ishmael to be way up there. She was gonna get up there anyways, but I think this would have been a better idea anyways. I am very upset. We had a lot of HP gone from that asshole. But because he did his, I have an unclashable move, so fuck you. You got to heal.
파우스트가
So, fuck this asshole. Anything new with you? Yes, there is. I'm never going back. On use, Clash Power +1 for every 5 bleed on target. Max of 3. On use, if the target has 4+ bleed. Coin Power +1. On use, deal +5% more damage for every bleed on target. Max of 20%. On use, double the amount healed by Hard Blood Glaive. After attack, gain 10 stored blood. On hit, inflict 3 bleed and 1 bleed count. Times 4. Gotcha. Yeah, you're never going back, eh? Well, guess what? She's sending you to the goddamn forest for the flames, bitch! Burn, vampire bastard! Cause guess what? Dracula ain't got shit on us! I am getting way into it, but I love to get into it. I will probably lose my voice for the rest of today after this, and it will be wonderful. Not really.
대로 하겠습니다.
Oh, you think you can stand up to the dawn? Fuck no, you can't! Hell yeah. Go away. Nah, she's here to stay, motherfucker. She gonna whoop your ass just like Heathcliff. He gonna bash your damn head with a bat. Which, that was a lot of damage for a singular hit. 44 damage? I take it. Sorry, Faust, you are literally going to be taking care of that evade and offsetting it every single time. I do not care. Oh, shit. Oh, that's not good. I thought Ishmael had that. That was dominating. Well, I'm kind of glad I did this with Don Quixote.
달려라 루신한테. 정의는 승리한다.
Take all that health back. Oh, hell yeah, she did. She took more. 78, goddamn! Hey, don't you fuck with her. Yeah! Yeah! Good damage right there. 50 damage. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, motherfucker? You're right on the border. Right on the border. Yeah, no, you're done here. Staggered, baby. Now you're gonna take all the damage. Ha-ha! Prepare yourself for death. It's over. Because guess what? You got next turns too. You're so screwed. What are you gonna do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
출진이다!
Oh, he's way done. Roshu going in for the kill, baby! That's victory! Look at you thinking you're sitting there all smug. It hurts! It hurts! It hurts! Yes! I love your boiling human blood! But this is too painful! This guy keeps regenerating. No matter how many times we tear him to pieces. This... I don't know if we can... The mental fatigue finally got to Gregor and Sinclair, who collapsed to the ground. The strange environment of the warp trains was proving to be a significant help to the Blood Fiend's regenerative ability. The battle continued much longer than our scuffles at the T Corp bordered checkpoint, or our struggle against the endless hordes of the dead at the basement of Wuthering Heights. The sinners had all grown much stronger since then, but they were reaching a breaking point. Don Quixote continues to wildly pummel the Blood Fiend with her lance, breaking, stabbing, and crushing him every time a body part regenerated. I am so hungry. Ridiculous! Thy hunger is no justification for this massacre. Thou hast rot! Shut up! You don't understand! You don't know how awful it is to surviving for 200 years on that disgusting, horrible... No! I don't even want to think about it! Shut up! Be quiet! No! I'm sorry. I'll be good. Please let me have just a sip. Just the smallest sip. Please. God, what the hell? This guy's crazy. Fucking crazy. You think Don's gonna let you have a sip? And I need to have a sip of my delicious drink here because goddamn, yelling like that's hurting my throat. It won't matter how many times you stab me. I shan't stop until all of thy flesh and bone and organs are crushed into a viscous, shapeless mush, never to become whole again. But the Blood Fiend's regeneration is so powerful that he's recovering as fast as Don Quixote is destroying him. He's regenerating at an insane rate. We can't... Ugh! My kindred! My child! I have given thee new life, invited thee to this banquet. So do thy responsibilities. The blessings of a parent must be repaid, no? What can I do? Find their weakness, break their anchor, make them kneel and grovel before me in desperation, just as you had. Ah, fuck. She's gonna come after me, Dante. That's a problem. Shit. What? Wait, I think I got an idea. Sasha began looking around wildly, surprised by Cassetti's sudden command. It's that the way they fight reminds me a lot of the way we prosthetic using fixers fight. Uh-oh. Just as prosthetic fixers slowly lose their sense of self-preservation, their limbs become no more important than tools to be replaced. These idiots act with such abandon, as if they have multiple lives to burn through. Yep, she figured it out. So it's always the case that if the battle is prolonged, they figure it out. With nothing to protect, they throw themselves wildly into battle like moths to a flame. And forget to look after what's really important, like this little thing. With one of her remaining arms, Sasha picked up the MasterCard key Foss showed her in one of the previous cars. Oh shit. That's not good. What happened, Foss? Did she fucking take it off of you? How are we opening the other doors? Don Quixote, stop her now. Oh, my parent, I offer this gift to you. Gah! Don Quixote immediately leapt at the fixer, but one of her arms struck her away with great force. Ishmael and Murso, who had been holding Cassetti down, were no match for his strength without Don Quixote's fury. The blood fiend threw them both to the side and grabbed the key card. This is the key to the first-class cars, my lord. With this, grow your army of blood bags to bring glory to the kingdom. This is fucking bad because going to the first-class cars, as we know, for those who have played Library of Ruina, if we get those fuckers killed, W Corp is gonna ride our assholes. They are gonna be so pissed. This isn't good. No. Cassetti examines the master keycard with clear interest. Without that keycard, we'll be trapped inside this train for thousands of years until it reaches its destination. Oh wait, are we the only first class? Because if we are the only first class, then that's good. But that's still bad if we're stuck here for 1,000 years. Dante, I believe that I have tried my utmost to overcome this adversity. Without access to Faust's knowledge and intelligence. However, with our loss of the master keycard, the uncertainty of this circumstance has greatly exacerbated. At the origin of this plight, Faust took a deep breath, as if she was about to take a deep dive into the source of all this trouble. Must be my over-reliance on Faust. It's okay, Faust. From what I can tell, Faust has always been operating based on information she received from Faust. So, a situation like this, where she has to make decisions on her own, has to be unfamiliar to her. But Faust is an admirable sinner, with or without Faust. I've been thinking the same thing about myself, actually. That I might have been relying too much on that perfect Faust. But even without Faust, you still gave us good directions to follow after analyzing the information we brought you. That's right. Maybe uncertainty itself doesn't always have to be a problem for us. Remember? Thus the lack of plan itself becomes the plan. You said it yourself. I see. Indeed, among many, I am a Faust that believes in uncertainty.
Our loss of the master keycard is but one of innumerable uncertain variables in the equation. The consistent is, however, that the Blood Fiend is just as desperate as we are. Thus, the only option that remains at present is to compromise. You there! Looks like thou art the one who's been regenerating your friends. Stop doing that, all right? Don't heal a single one of them. And why the fuck would I listen to you, you douchebag? Or I'll smash your precious key to pieces. Go ahead, bitch. We could use more training. Manager Esquire? Compromise? To compromise with a villain as vile as that cur? I didn't have the time to regenerate Don Quixote's severe injuries just yet, and the rest of the sinners were already unconscious. The only sinner who could still move and talk normally was Faust, whom I just rewound the clock for. Yeah, let's do that. Very well then. Cassetti, why don't we move this conversation to a different location? Only I will accompany Dante to this negotiation. I will make my intentions clear now. Dante and I will not attack you there. There is no doubt in my mind that Cassetti must be completely exhausted by the unending barrage of attacks from Don Quixote and the sinners. Faust's suggestion that we move this conversation to a different place without the sinners must have been a sweet one. Just you two? Huh? Yes, the freight car is immediately adjacent to this one. That is where we will further discuss what we each have to offer to one another. Oh my god, I just realized something. Is this motherfucker gonna be a meal for Meffy? Oh, I am so excited! I swear to God, if they don't let that happen, I'm gonna be so mad. Because he regenerates, so if it just keeps grinding him down. That clock must be thy monarch then, And thou art one of the retainers? Correct. Very well. This will be a royal debate then. It is only right that a royalty talks to no one else but the one that is his equal. Manager Esquire. We'll be back in a minute, Don Quixote. Thus we left the incapacitated sinners and Don Quixote, who watched in hollow, despondent eyes as we walked away. We carefully made our way into the freight car. Oh, this is going to be good. So Faust, why are we doing this in the freight car again? 'Cause Meffy. Dante, this will be my first attempt. Wait. First attempt? At a gamble. What? With that, the door closed shut behind us. So, this passageway leads straight to Mephistopheles. This is where it all started! This stupid boss awoke me from my slumber! Goddamn. If only this boss hadn't completely filled up the freight car. I wasn't planning to start a parade so soon, or create a kindred here. Dante? The connection has been restored. Oh, Mr. Bloodfiend, you fucked up! You fucked up! Connection? You don't remember, Dante? Come on! Keep up to speed, the connection has been linked again! She has connected with Faust. The suddenness of her statement briefly knocked me off my train of thought. I looked at her and cocked my head in confusion.
and she replied with an even quieter whisper without looking away from the blood fiend.
Boarding Mephistopheles has reestablished my connection to Faust.
Yep. Did you know that this would work?
No, and as I have stated before, this was a pure, incalculable gamble based on my own uncertain hypothesis. This success helps me somewhat comprehend Miss Raja's fascination with gambling.
Now she will understand Raja more. A faint smile appeared on Faust's lips for a moment before fading away.
Now that the connection has been re-established, I would like to make a complaint against the Fausts in the Gesellschaft management regarding the fact that they neglected to list the information pertaining to the loss of connection within the interiors of the warp trains. However, finding a solution to this situation takes precedence. I have much reason to believe that their omission was done on purpose, but I hope such is not the case.
Faust gently advanced toward the blood fiend.
Let us discuss the details of our compromise. What are you willing to accept in return for the master keycard?
If thou wert just anyone, I would have wished to turn thee all into blood bags and drink every last drop of thy blood. But thou art unlike a common person. My wish is to maintain the secrecy of this kingdom of mine for as long as possible, and thine wish is to leave this place, right? Once I relinquish to thee this keycard, and once thou returnest to your first-class seats, we'll live here happily ever after, like nothing happened. And when this train gets there, you get off the train. Everything goes back to the way they're supposed to be. How's that for a deal?
Like nothing happened.
Faust, what about the job we were contracted to do in the first place?
Our memories and any signs of battle will be entirely erased upon our arrival. We will have no way to relay our news, whether one of success or failure. If we had the means to defeat him, then at least W Corp would inform us that our contract was successful after the fact. However, this current scenario will leave us with nothing to show for, not even the smallest hint, and the contract will end in failure. However, what does take precedent over the contract is you and the sinner's psychological stability.
It's not like we've always been successful, so that was something I could live with. But, what about the other passengers of this train? And its future passengers? I remember the look on Don Quixote's face whenever we would come across these inevitable forms of injustice. Faust does not reply. Yet the lack of reply was a reply all on its own. Are we going to have to let them die? Innocent lives would be lost, but we could not prioritize their lives over our safety. That must be Faust's and the company's policy. And yet, I shan't allow this! Don Quixote! I thought her wounds were too severe for her to even crawl, let alone walk. But with sheer will, she pushed herself through the pain to reach the freight car. I will not tolerate this! We cannot let this vile wretch live and turn a blind eye to everything he's done. It's her! Again! What? You want to stay here for what is essentially an eternity within this train? I know the truth. Everything hinges on this key, doesn't it? As soon as I break this in half, you'll have to spend the eons inside this. I cannot I would welcome the eons. Should it mean eons of penance for thee, 'tis much preferable than letting thy villainy go unanswered. Let this place be the site of thine eternal judgment. Faust and I grabbed Don Quixote. She'd normally be strong enough to wiggle free from our grips, but she'd already pushed herself beyond her limits merely by walking here. Faust, unhand me! Thou mustn't let him live, Manager Esquire! Don Quixote, letting him destroy that master key means that you'll be condemning the sinners to thousands of years of torment. Then I shall fill the millennia with the tales of legend I had read in magazines. No time, however infinite, shall be too great to overcome should we endeavor as one.
Certainly. You are aware that your suggestion is no solution at all, Don Quixote.
Then there has to be another way, no? Thou art both possessors of great wisdom, Faust, Manager Esquire. Is there truly no path in which we may bring justice to the villain and the sinners remain unharmed? I don't know. Don, I'm on your side on this. Even Dante, and I'm sure Faust doesn't want him to live. We gotta make a choice. Her struggle begins to wane, but this was no acceptance. This was dejection. What? Wait! Don Quixote! No! In the commotion, we failed to notice that the Blood Fiend had been quietly advancing at us. We let Don Quixote go at the last second. Oh shit. But we were a second too late. Oh, my dearest parent, forgive my transgressions of creating another without thy sanction. Fuck! No! There's no way! There's no way we let this happen to Dawn! Thou shalt become my next kindred.
God fucking damn it.
Cassetti screams incoherently as he leaps onto Don Quixote, piercing her neck with his fangs before we even had the chance to do anything.
Oh, I did not expect this to be the solution.
Faust, what do you mean, the solution?
According to this information I have viewed in the past, and once again just now, it's... Dante, take cover behind me and remain absolutely still. And please, do note that the other sinners must never hear a word of what is about to happen. Oh.
Don Quixote levitates slightly into the air, the strings of her shoes unraveling as they slip off her feet on their own. What? She looks on with bewilderment as her running shoes fall to the floor. And... Ag! Ah! Rocinante! I've always had this question swirling at the unfocused backstage of my mind. Why are you always so protective of those running shoes, Don Quixote?
Running shoes? Ah.
Dost thou speak of our dear Rocinante? Yeah, those. have battled through thick and thin, feast and famine, with dear Roshinante in sorrow and in joy. No matter the brutality of trials that hath struck me, it hath been a loyal steed by my side for however long it hath been in existence. She doesn't know when she got them? Ah, Manager Esquire, wherefore hast thou not saluted Roshinante as well? This may be a rather auspicious occasion to do so. Nope, I think I'm good. Aha, be not so bashful. Go on ahead.
Look, Stinky. Small girl is torturing TikTok with Stinky.
God damn it. Karen. Stinky they are not. Scuffed as they might appear, Roshinante is in pristine condition. Also, thou shalt not address me as a small girl. Evacuate! Evacuate! Don Quixote, don't tell me you go to sleep wearing those running shoes. I mean, Roshinante. Oh, I have always been quite certain that someone so esteemed as thee, Manager Esquire, would care to ask me how Roshinante fares. I didn't mention that this question was inspired by numerous eyewitness reports from other sinners who saw her wandering the halls in her pajamas and wearing Roshinante. Verily, Roshinante and I remain bound together, even in slumber. There shall be no separating the two of us. We are bound not by need nor want. We are simply bound together through plight and delight. Now that I think about it, every single identity of Don Quixote was also wearing those pairs of running shoes. Roshinante. I wouldn't know anything about that. Let me know if they actually have that detail in there. I didn't notice with her identity that I used in, what is it? Refraction Railway Line 4? I did not know if she was still wearing them. If that is true on every single identity, that is some attention to detail. Have you ever taken them off? Take them off? Fie! Whatever dost thou mean? As in, detach Roshinante from my body? 'Tis a very odd insinuation thou makest. She looked at me with puzzled eyes, as though taking those pairs of running shoes off was somehow an inconceivable idea. They were something much more than just her favorite pair of running shoes. Her odd attitude of treating something so far removed from common sense as something completely ordinary. What does Roshinante mean to Don Quixote? What even is that thing? An overwhelmingly powerful pressure suddenly explodes, radiating in all directions. As the metallic stench of blood suffocates the bus, filling every corner of it with its sickening horror. Then, darkness. No! That's impossible! Oh. My God. Okay, so I thought that was just a EGO thing. So this is where we find out that Dawn is a blood fiend. Oh shit! I really thought that EGO was just for show, and same with the identity. Oh, fuck. In all-absorbing darkness, voice is our only light. You are The second kindred! How did you? I should have felt your presence! I do think I saw a faint outline of an aura. I see a red aura and a long fur adornment of sorts. Through the shimmering aura, I think I saw red eyes.
You have committed the sin of filial impiety, transgressor.
I know that voice, but I also don't. I've never heard it in such a low, imposing tone before. It speaks toward the lesser being. The blood fiend, shriveled and kneeling, trembling, pathetic. Mercy, O venerated ancestor! I beg for the mercy of the second kindred! I beg for the mercy of the second kindred! I beg! Insolent worm. Ah! Crimson droplets of blood slowly rises around the blood fiend's mouth before congealing and sealing his mouth shut.
No language worming its way out of your maw shall be worth my ears. No. To commit the sin of filial impiety by attempting to travel against the bloodstream, to commit such abomination against your ancestor, I cannot well sanction your impotence of continued existence. Congelate, then melt away.
Cassetti's body begins liquefying into a slick stream of blood, his form curdling and crumbling, then dripping to the ground. Rapidly yet ponderously, like that ice cream Don Quixote loved so much, melting away on the floor, heated under the searing sun. God damn!
Ah, you.
Don Quixote turned to look at me, who was still on the ground after being thrown by the shockwave. And with a cryptic look of pity, she uttered something.
Indeed, you must be the promised timepiece.
Something I couldn't quite understand.
Roshinante, to me.
Roshinante.
I beseech you.
I carefully reached out, grabbed her shoes, and slipped them on her bare feet, one by one.
Ah, one day.
She gasped, stumbled, and slumped to the ground. Sometime later. Can someone explain what just happened in a way that makes sense? I knew that the sinners would all be shocked and confused. After all, when they, including Faust and Don Quixote, all came back to life after I rewound the clock, all that remained was the destroyed door to the freight car and the disgusting, obliterated remains of what was once Cassetti. Most personnel had lost their consciousness from the mental stress of the prolonged battle against the blood fiend. Whatever measure it was that the manager had taken, it can be said that it was appropriate. I guess so. Well, good work, everyone. However, the definition of most personnel excludes 3 individuals. Therefore, it would be most appropriate to direct any questions to them. Wait.
Who are those 3?
Faust. The manager. And Don Quixote, who is still unconscious. Huh? Really? The three of you? Wow, you were spot on. Ha ha. When did you even have time to notice that? Oh boy. I have identified the three conscious individuals by analyzing their walking cadence and voices, moments before my loss of consciousness. Right, so what's going on with the lass? Why is she still out cold?
She appears to be in a state of deep slumber. As she is not at a risk of death, she will be waking up soon.
I remember everything, of course. Don Quixote's sudden transformation. How she practically erased the blood fiend and his kindred from the world without even moving a finger. But I also remember Faust's last words.
And please, do note that the other sinners must never hear a word of what is about to happen.
Don Quixote was unconscious, and Faust was answering every question with silence. It was only natural that their eyes would all fall on me. That's, you know.
Wait, that reminds me. Where's the key card?
Last I remember, it was in Cassetti's hands.
Who is in a far more presentable state than he was in before. Wait, so what about the key card he was holding though? Did it melt along with him?
It has been half liquefied. The remains have melded with his finger bones. It appears to have become one with the middle phalanges. Wait. Oh. Oh no! Everyone, calm down! Calm down! I said calm down! I think you're panicking. I really should have packed more cigarettes, huh? How about we force one of those doors open?
The master keycard is not an absolutely necessary element to resolving this situation.
What? How?
It will require approximately 5 hours to formulate and proceed with an explanation in a manner that will allow the sinners to fully comprehend the exact how of this methodology. Therefore, it will be delivered to you in a digestible, summarized format.
Well, that was short-lived. She's acting all smug again.
We can utilize the back door of Mephistopheles.
The steely confidence in her declaration was more than enough to win us all over. So we headed to the corridor past the back door. Don Quixote slung over one of our shoulders and arrived at our destination. Oh! What? Okay, so wait, we literally just waited in the back door. Or if this is a teleport thing, then that'd be crazy. But we just pretty much went into the back door and just trained and relaxed and did all that crazy stuff for thousands of fucking years. God, we gotta be gods at this point, right? I can't not ask what happened after seeing the state you are all in.
Sandy pitter, sandy patter.
Grains of sand and seashell-like things fell with every step the sinners took.
Ask someone after me.
To explicate, I can... Grains of sand roll about in my throat with every word spoken. Some time ago, Faust explained the simpler gist of the plan as we made our way to the back door.
To put it simply, we must spend the time at a space disconnected from the train. The train should be arriving at its destination in approximately 10 seconds, going by the A Corp time scale. All we must do is remain somewhat in our original dimension for that duration.
Okay. And with that, Faust came to a sudden stop in the middle of one of the corridors.
Wait. are you seriously going to just open that door? With this many doors in here? Are you sure that's the right one? Yes, this is the correct door. Its safety is completely insured.
Lass, at least tell us what's past that door.
I did not bother verifying that particular information myself. It is necessary for future endeavors that I gain the experience of encountering something completely unexpected.
What? Oi, wait! Faust did not wait for Heathcliff to finish his sentence before jerking the door wide open.
Now, please enter through this door.
With Faust's stern command, we quickly walked into a building that looked like a derelict, abandoned hospital of sorts.
I think we walked into the middle of a sandstorm. Huh? Aren't we supposed to be indoors? How the heck is this even happening? Ah! I can't open my eyes!
I got sand in my mouth.
Wait, no way! Is this a sandstorm?
But aren't we inside a building?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sinners blurted out colorful series of complaints, trying to cover themselves in the blasting sandstorm. But Faust continued to count in that same indifferent rhythm before dragging us out of there just as urgently as she had herded us in. So, we managed to return safe and sound to the interiors of the warp train as it arrived at the P Corp platforms. As the train was still getting cleaned up, that is. And with our bodies completely covered in sand.
I thought we'd never make it.
Whoa, are you guys okay? How did these passengers... We were so happy to be done with this whole ordeal that even the W Corp cleanup agents in the middle of a cleanup mission looked downright hospitable.
We are employees of Limbus Company. We boarded the warp train at the behest of your employer.
Oh, so you guys are the people that our captain told us about. They really let you guys keep your memories, huh?
Oh, that reminds me. One of the employees must be sleeping inside that hibernation pod over there.
Oh, that. Huh. I've never seen it in action before. Thanks. Let me go check. That hidden compartment behind the chair that the cleanup agent crawled into. Inside it was... Huh? There isn't anyone in here.
Maybe we're looking at the wrong pod?
This is the correct spot. Then the disappearance of the individual who entered this pod would indicate. I guess these folks aren't all there in their head either. Maybe you guys are just mistaken? I doubt that.
Yes, we must have suffered from a momentary collective hallucination caused by fatigue. Very well then, we will see ourselves out.
Faust cut the conversation short before the other sinners began asking too many questions. Yeah, that guy was probably not part of that team. Oh shit. Now that I have become intimately familiar with the meaning of that gesture, I followed her to the outside without another word.
Arrived? Have we arrived?
Rise and shine, lass. Had enough nap yet? I see. I will hear the details of the incident on the bus once we're traveling again. Why are your eyes lighting up, buddy? We didn't do shit!
Understood. Any and all relevant reports will be sent to W Corp via LCCA and...
Virgilius was already there when we arrived. He was sharing a conversation with Faust about what went down inside the train with a serious expression. I will now leave with Karen to watch them unfasten Mephistopheles from the train. The minute hand on the manager's head seems to be desperately signaling me that They have a lot of burning questions to ask you. Allow me to give you two some space.
So he's actually getting used to, like, us. That's awesome. By the way, may I just say this place looks crazy as fuck. And is that a bunch of wanted posters or missing people posters on the left there? What's going on there?
I was finally able to ask Faust once Virgilius left. Why did you do that? Faust's body was quite literally blasted to pieces from the sheer explosive pressure that filled the room the moment Don Quixote's shoes came off.
So I was actually wondering that. Did Faust actually get hurt or not? But yes, she got torn to pieces. She literally became our body shield. Thank God for Faust. And I'm just gonna say Don's a badass.
It was as though she knew that it was going to happen.
Well, luckily she connected with Faust because Faust gave her all the information on that. Because it was the preferable course of action to having the same explosive demise occur to your body instead. I do find it regrettable that you were made to turn the clock despite my knowledge of the high likelihood of my death upon that occurrence.
No, I'm not blaming you for that. I just want to know how long you've known that Don Quixote is.
That is something I have been aware of since the LCB was first established. The same could be said of Virgilius.
Of course.
However, it was by the will of the LCA's superiors that this knowledge remains withheld from the manager until the appropriate moment.
And that appropriate moment was back there?
According to my private judgment, yes. Well, as my connection to all communications, including one to Faust, had been severed, I was not in a position to receive the headquarters' authorization for that action.
Right.
Though the full truth may remain obscured still, we are once again returned.
Returned. That was a Laird word. We've returned to one of the warp platforms in our own dimension. We've returned to our daily lives of speculating about what's next in our path. And the usual Faust, reconnected to Faust, has returned.
Yes.
Faust's replied to Yiseng's nebulous wording with a quiet affirmation.
Please, do not take this quarry with any greater import than a mere jest. However, do you suppose I shall see her again? He likes Faust being disconnected. He likes her. Yes, Yiseng! He likes the disconnected Faust. I do too. I love both of them though.
She shot a puzzled look at Yiseng.
In a way, it was quite the pleasant encounter, was it not?
Yiseng mused ambiguously before leaving us. The incident at the warp train was such a chaotic mess that it felt shorter than it really was. But I also learned so much about so many things. But it was too soon to start racking our brains about what kind of nonsense trial we were about to face in P Corp. So I decided to enjoy this momentary peace.
How do we find ourselves at P Corp? Wherefore is my throat so parched? I'm too tired to explain. Chiquita, you missed out big time on one crazy adventure. Huh? Ah, that vibrated the last few grains of sand out of my ears.
The sinners look at Don Quixote's bewildered awakening, grinning. There's no way to know what we'll be facing here at District 16, where P Corp was located, but we got this, right? The same faith I saw in Faust, who believes in uncertainty, rises within me too. I looked up to Faust, only to see that Faust was looking at me as well. She nodded at me with her usual, barely noticeable smile, and I give her a light nod back in return. Time to go find ourselves another golden bow. God damn, dude, that's a fucking... Dude, like... That's insane. That's fucking insane. Oh, no, we need to... Okay. I'm about to start Canto, the next Canto. But if I know what that Walpurgis Night is, I do believe I have footage on that, old footage. And there will be some names that are misread or missaid. Not misread, but mainly missaid. But I will get on to that next video, so anticipate that, guys. You will see me probably read what's going on there and then jump back into some old footage. Don't worry, I'll explain it at the time. But with that, guys, that is going to conclude this video. We are going to go ahead and go to the extractions. I am going to say, though, you may have been noticing my lunacy is lacking compared to last video. That is because I tried to get Ishmael in that identity when I rolled on her last video. I did 20 rolls. I didn't get her. So you're not going to see that. But we are going to do a 10 times extraction in this one. So let's jump over there. And this one has Gregor and the Dawn, which we might do these singular ones as well. Let's do this. Here we go. Golden, baby! Oh, what is that? We got her golden and we got EGO. Let's go, motherfuckers. We're doing good today. All right, obviously we can't hit those first. We're gonna hit these ones. Oh, this is a new one.
날씨 좋다.
Roger!
그래서
From the
누굴 보호해야
Zwei
한다고 했지?
Association. And Heathcliff is there. Maybe we get Heath. No, we don't. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the EGO's rare, so we're gonna go with golden. Golden? Is it the Dawn? It is the Dawn!
이런 난장판이라는 조미료를 준비해
God
줄은
damn, she
이미
looks good.
처먹었군.
Hell yeah. Now time to see what this is. Heathcliff! Leggett. Oh, shit! Oh, God, it's gorgeous! Oh! Foul bullets, Heathcliff, baby! And with that, everyone, that is going to conclude this video. So I really hope you all did enjoy it. If you did, go let me know by hitting that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you want to become part of the pack, go and hit that sub button and notification bell to know when a new video goes up. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment down below because all comments are well appreciated. And with that, everyone, I'm DemoonicWolf, and I'll see you all in the next video that I make because I am